This is an olive oil, fat-washed black Russian with a warm and crumbly aged cheddar biscuit. Because last time I showed you how to cook with Kahlúa, I showed you how to make a rich, sweet and chocolatey brownie. But I am a savoury girl at heart, so I got thinking, can I make a Kahlúa take of my favourite drink? A dirty martini. Basically a savoury inspired Kahlúa cocktail. And so in honour of the festive and hosting seasons being in full force, I had to give it a go. I started by preparing a shaggy biscuit dough, 200 grams of plain flour, garlic and onion powder, paprika and a touch of cayenne pepper, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and then we stir our dry mix to combine. In the meantime, cube or grate 120 grams of salted butter. Once your dry mix is combined, you chuck your butter in. You can either crumble this in by hand or use a stand mixer on a slow setting until a crumb is formed. For your cheese, you need around 85 grams of a really good flavoursome cheddar. This is going to be the primary palate of your biscuit, so you don't want to cheap out on it. Mix through your cheese, and then in stages we are slowly going to add 120 millilitres of whole milk, adding until your dough becomes one firm ball. And then, my friends, we are ready to bake. Line your baking tray with parchment paper and roll your dough into small balls. This batch should make around 12 biscuits. You want to do this quickly because you don't want your dough to get too warm. Slightly flatten your biscuits with a heavy bottom glass, and then these go into the oven for around 12 minutes or until golden brown and puffed up. In the meantime, we fat wash our vodka. 5 double measures of vodka gets combined with 4 single measures of good olive oil. Your vodka is going to absorb any top notes from your olive oil, so you really want a vibrant, flavoursome, peppery oil. Give it a shake to combine and then leave at room temperature, ideally for a day for the flavours to infuse. Once rested, we need to re-separate the oil from the spirit. So the jar goes upside down in a freezer and your oil will harden and separate from the spirit. We then strain our vodka through a cheesecloth or muslin, and as you can see, you'll be left with a hard disc of oil. Fat washing does 2 things. Number 1, it makes your liquor much smoother and silkier in texture, and 2, imparts the flavour notes of the thing that you are washing it with. To make our cocktail, 2 single servings of Kahlúa over ice to 2 double measures of our fat washed vodka. Give it a stir and then you strain into your glass. This black Russian is cold, silky and ever so slightly savoury with a gently peppery aftertaste to it. This drink is then completely enhanced by the contrast of the biscuit, the warm, doughy, crumbly texture versus the cold, silky and slightly sweet drink. A fun alternative to an espresso martini with a slightly savoury twist. This duo becomes a complete experience when served together. Truly something to wow your guests with this festive season. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.